Hello and welcome. My name is Paul and this is Paul Vs the Paranormal, and we're back after a bit of an absence. I'm joined today by both Matt and Rob.
Hello.
Hey.
So like I said, we're back after a bit of an absence. So those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. Those of you who are long-time listeners, thank you.
Those of you who have never listened to us.
Those of you who are on the show and has never listened to the show, hi Matt.
What you playing at?
So we're going to get back to what we normally cover, just a random location or a random topic. But in this instance, it's going to be not a random location. It's linked to the last one because we mentioned it on the last episode. So
Was it suggested to you, or is it what somebody said?
No, this is what I told Robert we would be doing because he doesn't like creepy clowns and dolls.
No, I'm not bothered by clowns and dolls.
You on about the dolls with weird eyes, with natural normal eyes that creeped you out. So I said, we're going to be doing the Island of the Dolls.
Yeah, I forgot you were totally talking about the
Clown Motel. Yeah.
dolls and stuff when we're doing Clown Motel.
Yeah.
Where's that based? The Clown Motel.
You haven't listened to the last episode either, have you?
I didn't even know you
Damn
did
it, Matt.
I mean, I remember now.
Do we have Spotify or YouTube?
You take half an hour, Matt, and come back.
Right, we're back. Matt's had a listen now.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Oh, it was amazing.
He had some pointers. He told Robert not to speak.
Yeah. Most people do. Shut up, Rob.
To the actual reason we're here, and that is the Isla de las Muñecas.
The what now?
Wow.
Isla de las Muñecas.
What does that translate to in English?
Island of the Dolls.
Island of... Oh, yeah, I should have guessed.
We covered that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you never watched Jurassic Park, Isla.
Muñecas.
So the Island of the Dolls. So, on a tiny chinampa in the canals south of Mexico City, thousands of dolls hang from trees, bleached, missing eyes, threaded through hair, and gaping with cracked smiles. Locals say they were hung to soothe a grieving man, but visitors say the dolls whisper back. This is the Island of the Dolls.
Is it an actual island?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. I'll be quiet.
No questions until you've finished.
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
just
you've
like
got
putting him
questions,
off his floor. That's all right.
if you've got questions, Google it. Tonight we're heading to the canals of Xochimilco.
Okay.
So we're heading to the canal. We're heading down the canal to the Island of the Dolls, a strange museum of abandoned toys and local legends. So this story starts with one man, a drowned girl, and a doll floating in the water.
Did the doll drown the girl?
Who knows? Maybe. We'll find out. Or not. So the island is a chinampa, which is a man-made island in the canals. So in the mid-20th century, it was tended by a man known locally as Don Julian Santana Barrera. The coolest name in existence. According to commonly told legends, Julian found the body of a young girl in the water near his home, or he'd failed to rescue her.
Which is it?
So that's it. That's the legend. It's either he found the girl in the water or he failed to save the girl from drowning. Or both.
Okay.
Yeah. The next day, Julian found a doll floating in the river in the exact same spot the girl had been found. So over the years, he collected more dolls, either from trash, from visitors, or traded for produce, and hung them around the island to appease the girl's spirit. Whether the drowned girl can actually be historically confirmed or not, the story stuck. So I believe there's no actual record of this actual girl being found. It's just the part of the story. Whether she was or not, records may not have been kept. Who knows?
Maybe he buried her and then put the dolls on the little man-made island where he was keeping her body.
Potentially, who knows? Nobody knows. That's the beauty about these urban legends and stories. Julian tended the dolls for decades. So he lived alone on the island for stretches and became a kind of local ghost story himself. In 2001, at about 80 years old, Julian was found dead in the canal.
I was going to say in the water with a doll floating there.
In the same area where the girl was said to have drowned. So he basically wound up where his story basically started, where the girl was allegedly found or drowned. The island then opened up to the public, and the dolls multiplied as visitors added offerings. Much like the Clown Motel in Nevada.
Mm.
There you go. You know what it is now. People came and added to the collection. I use the term collection loosely because this is even uncomfortable for me because I'm not a lover of not issues with dolls, but
Can it be a collection if nobody actually owns it?
I've seen the dolls. No, well, yeah, a collection of
More of a gathering.
Can you visit where this island is?
You can do, yes, yeah.
You can take a doll, put a doll down.
You can take a doll.
Take
You can take a doll, leave a doll.
Yeah.
I think that's frowned upon.
Take someone's buddy and leave it there.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking my buddy. Love you, my buddy.
Oh, I don't know if you'll be a bit too young for my buddy, but
He's 2 years younger than us. He's not that young.
no, but they weren't selling them when I was little.
No, because Chucky came out and it's basically the inspiration for Chucky.
Yeah.
It's the best doll in the world, the best friend I ever had, unlike you two.
Nah, I was never your friend.
No.
I only do podcasts because you pay us.
Pay you with bottles of water.
yeah, literally. I haven't drunk all day. Keep me going for a month for that.
So people who visited described an eerie atmosphere. The doll's heads seemed to turn. Eyes followed. Limbs shifted position between visits. Some have heard voices. Some have even recorded them on devices. They heard low whispering that seemed to come from amongst the trees. Others speak of sudden chills, nausea, or the sense they're being watched by 1,000 plastic faces. Many of these reports came from tourists, bloggers, and TV crew who filmed the sites. So there's the start there that people who go and report this have something to gain from it. TV crews, bloggers, tourists that want to spread a story.
Yeah, I mean, the dolls and stuff, when I see them in person, creep me out. But just this thought of all these people just gathering around these dolls going, oh my God, it's a doll. I think I can hear it with, bro. It just seems ridiculous. It'll literally be, if it's an island, there'll be people on one side talking to each other, people on the other side hearing them when it's carrying with the wind and like, oh my God, was that a doll?
Mm-hmm.
It's worth checking out some of the videos online of the island. BuzzFeed Unsolved, one of the first episodes they did in the Supernatural series, they visited the island of the dolls. They're not the greatest ghost hunters in the world at the time, but at the time they were basically fresh off the boat. Excuse the pun. It's one of the first investigations they did, and it was for obviously if you're not familiar with BuzzFeed, it's basically a YouTube channel. The Unsolved series is fantastic. It gets better, but the first few seasons, Ryan and Shane. Shane is a skeptic, and he will basically say ghosts don't exist no matter what happens. Ryan hears a creak and it's a ghost.
Right.
So it's like two sides of the coin. Diehard skeptic who won't believe anything. Diehard believer who, in all fairness, in times he did actually think logically about stuff and did mellow out a bit. Not everything was a ghost, but that particular episode, it's a longer episode with 3 different places in it. They've got Sally House, Island of the Dolls, and somewhere else I can't remember. Or Winchester Mystery House. They do have a good look around the island. There is a Ghost Adventures episode as well. Might be worth a watch checking out if you're interested. So, but back to what we're here for. So it's worth saying that a lot of these encounters are subjective. The dolls are weathered. Some have moving parts, and obviously the wind. The wind can make them move and sway. So, and like you said, Rob, could just be somebody else on the island talking.
Well, is it a big island? This
it's not massive.
I'm picturing, local park, pond with like
something similar that
ducks and stuff.
Yeah, something similar to the little island in the pond, our local park, maybe a little bit bigger.
Well, have you got a picture for the benefit of?
We do, but I can't do it for the benefit of the podcast, but for the benefit of Matt.
And Julio or Julian, he lived on this island.
Julian, yeah.
Or near it, by the sounds of it.
He lived on the island.
After the incident.
Yeah,
not before, because...
After he died, he didn't, though.
No, the incident with the girl.
Yeah. He basically...
Because it said it was near his house.
It was near his home on the island, yeah.
Oh, so his home was on the island at that point as well. Okay.
If you watch one of the episodes, you get a better idea of the size.
I thought I'd seen a picture where it would just all of them like sort of stood like a Barbie type doll.
like your plastic-headed dolls with material bodies, a lot like that. I mean, there's a vast collection. Like I said, check out that episode. It's worth watching. Anyway, back to where I was. So, obviously, if you had the darkness, superstition, and local storytelling, you've got the right conditions for people to be just creeped out just by looking at it and thinking about it. However, the reports are still consistent enough that the island has a reputation of one of Mexico's strangest paranormal tourist spots, and it actually features on a lot of the dark tourism hotspots as well. So if you're not familiar with dark tourism, it's where people go to places where with dark histories, death, murders.
Something sinister has happened.
Something sinister here.
Yeah.
So the Island of the Dolls has attracted paranormal teams and TV shows, everything from travel documentaries to shows like Ghost Adventures and segments on platforms that hunt the eerie and unexplained. Like I said, Ghost Adventures.
Is that the rain?
That is the rain outside, yeah.
It's just already start talking about that, isn't it?
Yeah. Perfect atmosphere for talking about something creepy. The Ghost Adventures, it's season 12, episode 4, for anybody who wants to check that out. They also took a doll with them called Harold, also allegedly inhabited by 5 spirits. This is not to do with the island. This is just a doll they took with them.
Yeah, just to get rid of it.
No, they took it back with them. They just took it there to see if it interacted with the spirits on the island. Oh, they got that info from a psychic that they took the doll to in Mexico. Who in the episode is just basically being translated, so I have no idea whether that is actually what she's saying or not. So, you know.
It's just like Google Translate. It just tells you whatever
Google
it
Translate.
wants. So.
This is a doll from 1930s. Now, the psychic also claimed to have been in contact with Don Julian at the time, and who also told him about the mermaids.
Okay.
Mermaids,
yeah. However, the mermaids are also a big fish. There's also a snake, which is the mermaid, and it's the entity that killed the girl. So it gets a bit.
The girl got murdered by mermaids.
By a big fish snake mermaid, according to the psychic telling the Ghost Adventures crew. So take that as you will, as you will.
So got murdered by a guy covered in tattoos. One of a big fish, one of a snake, and one of a mermaid.
Anyway.
Could have happened. Hold on. When was this?
He was 50 years on the island, so about the 1950s probably.
So tattoos a possibility.
Oh yeah, tattoos absolutely a possibility. However, this psychic is saying the girl was killed by a big fish, which was also a snake, and a mermaid. It's kind of a mixture of what it would. It's not saying a person's done it with tattoos.
No, but they take things like
literally.
Yeah. So there's a potential they could have been,
psychics aren't real.
I know, but if they were real, and these psychics, quote unquote psychics, if they were seeing images that were giving them a message, and they saw a big fish, a little fish, and a cardboard box. Big fish, snake, mermaid. These could have all been tattoos on a serial killer's arm.
Could have been, absolutely.
You never know.
It'd be more likely than an actual real mermaid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you on that one. For once, you make perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, this is a mermaid that was also a snake fish box.
It was a mermaid with a snake and fish tattoo. Anyway, like I said, it's one of the stops on the dark tourism route.
Yeah.
Guinness World Record also recognised the island as having the world's largest collection of haunted dolls. Not just dolls.
And how did they prove that these dolls were haunted?
No idea.
Well done, Guinness Book of Records. Yes. Well done.
No. Oh, no. Yeah. Obviously, that is the legend. I mean, it's not the legend. It's in the Guinness World Records. Whether it is actually because they are haunted dolls or not.
How did they test they were haunted? We held them up, and if the eyes bled, we put them as haunted.
This one spun upside down and then turned its head the other way around.
I love the American accent.
I apologise. I have to cut it all out because I'm going to offend everybody now.
Basically, all 3 listeners are in the room. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, sorry, 2.
2 out of 3 listeners. Yes, I listen to my own podcast.
Yeah, I listen as well. So, need something to help me sleep on a night.
Yeah, I know. What did I listen to the other day that put me to sleep?
I've been listening to the
Reckless Arcade. That's what it was.
Oh yes. This band of talentless. Well, the singer's not talented, at least. The guitarist is.
Yeah, Nick's really talented.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the topic. Paranormal investigators often bring EMF meters, EVP recorders, and thermal cameras. So EMF is electromagnetic fields. Meters, and EVP is electronic voice phenomenon. That's obviously detecting voices that are not there. And EMF's the electromagnetic field is picking up electrical disturbances that can be given off by any electrical device. Even your mobile phone will do it. When you're getting signals through, it'll trigger it.
Would a little power box inside of an interactive doll?
Absolutely. If it's giving off power, it will.
Yeah.
It depends how sensitive the device is.
So that's how they trick the Guinness Book of Records. They just bust them a load of these dolls. If this beeps, it's haunted.
Beep. So some claim to have captured unusual readings or inexplicable audio. Others walk away unconvinced, pointing to natural explanations, wind, animals, people rearranging dolls, and psychological priming. Now, the island's evocative visuals make it easy to film spooky moments.
Is it not protected? There's nobody watching it or security, so anybody could just go.
It's Mexico, Matt.
Well,
well,
how far is it from the nearest?
Oh, it takes a bit. It's not easy to get there.
It's not.
You need to take a boat.
Yeah, it's not like a museum where there's a curator looking after everything. By the sounds of it.
No, it's the.
He died a bit ago, didn't
nephew
he?
of.
In water.
It's Don Julian's nephew that I think looks after it. At least he did last time I came across anything about the island.
Right.
And the boats you have to take have a specific name. So anyway, so it's easy to film the spooky moments and edit them into evidence. As always, separation of eyewitness testimonies, environmental factors, and investigator bias is key when you're looking at anything to do with these kind of places. So take it with a grain of salt in layman's term. It could easily be manipulated to look spookier than what it is.
I mean, you can go into any room and it feels spooky. All it requires is the right lighting and person in the room.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
so the
little boat is called a Traginera.
Traginera, like tragic kind
Traginera. Traginera.
Ah, so the J wouldn't be.
It could be a H. Traginera. Traginera. Oh god, we're not.
I'm going Irish there.
We're butchering.
Traginera.
So obviously, with these boats, they arrive up to the island. Boatman tugs the oars inside, says bye, because he's not getting off the boat. You have to tie the boat up for him, and then you step out onto the island. It's muddy, paths are lined with dolls. Some are closed, some are missing limbs. Many have their eyes worn out from the sun and water. A small wooden hut houses a shrine of sorts. There's framed photos, notes, and the first doll, Don Julian, is said to have ever hung. People have left offerings, rosaries, cigarettes, toys. Why would you leave cigarettes for dolls?
Might not be for dolls, might be for,
the ghost, the spirit of the little girl. Locals say the boatmen refuse to approach after dark.
Do they have an allotted amount of time when they go on these?
I believe they do, yeah. Only certain ones will go after dark. The normal boatmen won't go there.
Why?
Because it's spooky. And there's tourists there.
Yeah.
They work 9 till 5, man.
Yeah. Dolls might pick your pockets.
Yeah.
So if you've ever visited, be respectful. The island is both a macabre curiosity and for many locals a place tied to grief and ritual. Because bear in mind, at the centre of all this is a man who potentially witnessed a tragic event and then potentially could have had a mental breakdown and then spent 50 years of his life dealing with that.
Like PTSD'd.
Absolutely. So while it's become a tourist trap, a tourist attraction, while he was there, it wasn't. It was only after he passed away. And that island is tied to his story. And he witnessed, potentially, a young girl drown in the river, which is going to mess up anyone with any sort of feelings.
Did it say how he died?
Yeah, he fell in the water as well. They believe, I think, if I remember rightly, he potentially had a heart attack and fell in. Some sources report that he was pulled into the water and drowned.
By a big fish.
By a
mermaid.
Big fish, mermaid
fish.
Snake thing. Yeah, no, they didn't. They never specified whether he was pulled, what the creature was that killed him, if a creature killed him. I believe he was suspected he's had a heart attack and fell in and drowned. So
this is the 1950s we're talking, and we still get those kind of strange tales of, he was pulled in by a...
Well, he died in 2000s.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
2000s then, yeah.
2001, he passed away. The girl would have been he was there for 50 years, so I'd imagine about the 1950s,
About 50s, yeah.
give or take. I don't think there's an actual specific date of when it happened, because like I said, there's no actual evidence of it.
Nothing sells tickets like a good story, though.
Absolutely. And nothing sells tickets like tragedy.
Mm.
Yeah, like highest grossing movie of all time at the time, Titanic. How many people had to die to make that movie? I rest my case.
Oh dear.
So yeah,
Huge film, huge tragedy.
yeah,
It is interesting.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not just a potentially spooky island. It's the tragic life of a man who lived alone, witnessed something that nobody should ever witness.
So were people going to visit the island while he was still alive?
No, nobody went.
So
his nephew went to help.
Yeah, the donations of dolls only started after his death.
Yeah,
right.
after, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So this basically the last 25, 26 years, this island has become a tourist attraction.
It's quite strange how this was a relatively normal man just putting dolls up on this little island, and then all of a sudden it's a dark tourism hotspot.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm assuming that's just linked to the potentially haunted dolls that they're referencing.
Yeah, and potentially because there's tragic deaths on the island.
Mm.
It depends, people visit things for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like I would go for the paranormal side.
Mm-hmm.
Matt would go for the tacos.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
Probably.
the dark tourism usually, like my understanding was it's more like, oh, we're going to this place because this is where so-and-so was murdered.
Yeah. It's like going to the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
To see where Eliza Lamb passed away.
Yeah.
And where Richard Ramirez stayed for a time. That's the Night Stalker for you that don't know.
Yeah.
Great documentary on Netflix if you haven't seen it. Terrible guy.
Did they do a documentary separately on this? Or has it just been featured in
It's
these?
been featured on a lot of stuff. There are, I think, movies based on it.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. There's an IDBM page about the Island of the Dolls, which I'm assuming is a movie based on it. If you remember it, there's the river. You ever watch it?
No.
No. It was.
Oh, yeah. I did.
did.
Sorry. Yeah.
They wind up in a place based on Island of the Dolls. They wind up in a clearing where dolls are pinned to trees and stuff, and they've got to do something to get out of there. And so it's a great
weird
series.
series,
One single series. It was found footage. It was brilliant. I've watched it like 3 times. I need a season 2, but that's never going to happen.
No.
So it ends on a
good. I remember
cliffhanger.
it.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, get it watched. That is The River. It was on Sci-Fi originally, and I think I watched it on Prime years later, twice.
I'm pretty sure I sat and watched it with a wife.
I watched it when it went on TV, and every week for a new episode. Oh, and then we got to the one with it. I think they had potentially zombie type things in, but I might be misremembering now. But anyway, back to the island. So the Island of the Dolls sits at the intersection of folklore, devotion, and spectacle. Whether you think the dolls are haunted or simply weathered relics, the place forces you to confront how grief, storytelling, and tourism create modern myths.
And money.
And money, yeah. So if there's a lesson here, it's that sometimes one small act, such as hanging a doll on a tree or on a hut, can grow into a legend that outlives its maker. Any thoughts? Because there's more to it than just a creepy island.
Yeah,
There is
for sure.
a man, like I said, there's a man who hung a doll.
Well, this is it. Like the focus is not on the potentially tragic story of this man. We don't really know that much about him.
Mm-hmm.
And it only came to light after he had died.
After he passed away. I mean, I believe the
who
story of the girl was around before. But I don't know whether it became well known or whether that's something that maybe the family's just told. I don't know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, there was a man who lived alone on the island, witnessed something tragic, and potential there that there's a mental health issue, and he's lived with it for 50 years.
I mean, I'm assuming it's not like a family member or anything that it's told about in the story, like someone he was related to that he found dead.
No,
Just somebody didn't know.
There's no name for the girl. She's unidentified. There's not even any record of the body. because all the sources, it's just the tale that's been told.
And the statue was found with a doll floating.
The doll was found in the doll was found in the lake after the girl died in the same spot, and he believed that the girl's spirit was in the doll.
Okay.
I don't know if I covered that earlier on or not.
You mentioned in the water, but I kind of took it as the girl and the doll were there at the same
No,
time.
Yeah.
the doll was
That's
found
what I
after.
did.
Yeah, the
Right.
doll was found afterwards, and then he collected other dolls from elsewhere, filled up the island.
They
where
didn't just keep appearing in the same spot in the water.
No. He'd trade them for produce, so he'd grow vegetables and stuff on the island.
They should have told the story that way. As, on the anniversary of the girl's death every year, a doll appears in the same place. And that's how he collected it for 50 years. It's like,
Up until his death, then it stopped all of a sudden. So that has been the Island of the Dolls. I've been Paul. Thank you very much for listening. I've been joined once again by Matt and Rob.
Appreciated.
Thanks.
Remember to like and subscribe. Leave a nice comment. And to all the poltergeists out there, thank you very much for joining us. Stay paranormal.